All right. Well, it looks like maybe crisis diverted. I just sent everyone from Facebook to YouTube. So, see if this works. How y'all doing tonight? We're almost finished. Hopefully everyone will be able to find us. I apologize. There we go. All right. There we go. All right. Well, everybody's probably looking and can't find us, but welcome, welcome. When you're popping on, let me know where you're watching from. We're having technical difficulties again, so I just had to let everybody on Facebook know where we are. I apologize. Alright, we're going to be working on the Tailgate St. Patrick's Day set. This was the Valentine one, so we're going to be doing the St. Patrick's Day one. So when we're done, we'll peel that off and put it there. Alright, so I started painting the pieces already. This part you will not have to paint because these pieces are going to go on top of it. So what I did was I went and put some foil adhesive on here because I did the buckle the same way. See the little gold in the middle? Go that way. There we go. We're going to do the same thing to the coin on here. So we're just going to place that over and kind of rub it in just so it grabs it. And then we're going to use our little brush to adhere the foil to the adhesive. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Can you see it? There we go. Alright, so we're done with that, and now what we're going to do is we're going to take some top coat and put that on top of it. Let us know where you're watching from. We had a little issue again with everything working, so we had to pop on over here. So when I update all this tomorrow, I will have all the I think I forgot to do this one. I will have all the items listed in the description for you. It should have shown it automatically, but because we couldn't go live in both places, it's not going to show up correctly. But that's okay. Kind of getting used to what this thing is doing. Alright, so we've got all that. We painted this and painted that. That's the only thing on this piece that you have to paint. Welcome. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start layering the pieces on. This one is going to go here. Well, I need a pin if we're going to get that open. just full of all kinds of problems tonight. But we're going to keep problem solving. We're not going to let it beat us. No. I also went ahead and used the UV resin on the back windshield of the truck just to kind of change it up a little. I don't know why this keeps going out on me. Oh, so frustrating. So that's going to go there. Then his hat. Y'all having a good night so far? I'm sorry if you were looking over on Facebook. It was not cooperating. Alright, and this is going to go next. And that's going to go right there. In fact, I think I'll make it a little bit easier on you, and let's go ahead and zoom in so you can see what I'm doing and maybe give you a better picture, I hope. Alright, then we got one more piece of the hat to put together. Jeez. Guess what I did? I painted the wrong side. So we're just going to wipe off the glue. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. Get that on there. Then we can go back and color over it. These are the Posca paint markers. They work so great. I always, when I'm laying this out, I put a little stripe on the back so I know which one, what color. I try and work out my color scheme ahead of time. So there, we got that. Now let's go ahead and put the rainbow together. So I know where all my pieces go ahead of time. Make sure I have them right. And there's another one. So we're going to have to do that one. I'm not seeing comments, so if you're commenting, I'm sorry. I will go back at the end. But right now I'm not seeing anything. We're not working over on Facebook, so we had to just jump on here on YouTube. Alright. So did I paint that one right? Yes, I did. Alright, so we're going to start by putting the red one down. y'all have a good weekend? Did anybody watch the football game yesterday? Alright, I'm going to try, after I get this down, I'm going to try going over here, because it's showing me how many are on, but it's not showing me any comments. Oh, there we go. I am so sorry. See that? There we go. Hey, Monica. Hey, Melanie. Woo, from the She Shed. And Nanny Dot, Nancy. Yeah, we're having trouble again with everything coordinating, and I've got YouTube up over here on my iPad. It's not showing any comments, so I went over to the computer, and there's all your comments. I'm sorry. Hey, Rach. So, yes. It called for an update right before I went live on here, and I'm not going to update before a live. I got my new camera, and I thought, but my old one's been working fine, so I have no clue why it didn't work again. So I guess I'm going to have to bite the bullet and put the new one on. Okay, so what we did, if you weren't on when I first started, I put foil on the gold. There we go. So we foiled the gold here. We foiled the little buckle on his hat. Now we're just kind of putting it together. And I did the UV resin on the windshield, the back windshield. Didn't that turn out cool? There you go. I do that a lot, Melanie. So that's what we're doing. We're doing the St. Patrick's Day one. And then I'm going to show you a few new things that are coming out. I might as well turn this off because this isn't even working. Just once. I'd like to get on and not have any problems. I don't know what it is. Oh well. So we're going to put this down here. And wait till you see the next 3 tailgates. Unbelievable. I've got a bee one, and the honey is just dripping everywhere. So you are going to love the bee. You're going to love the Easter one. Plus, we have a birthday one coming out. So it's going to be cool. So I didn't take into account for painting on the inside of the buckle. Ha! Well, that's the only place you have to paint on this. On the bottom part is the clover. Is that a clover or is that a shamrock? I had somebody send me a message that I was saying it wrong, and I didn't even pay attention. I mean, I didn't store it, so I forget now which one she said it was. So, and because I had to flip this one, I'm just coloring it with the marker. I'm going to go back and do it with the paint, because I like my green paint better than I like the paint marker. Alright, so there we've got everything in place. Now what we have to do is put our Irish kisses across here. I didn't really see a need to paint while I was live. I mean, you all know how we do it. This just gives you an idea on colors and how to put it together. So did anybody watch the football game? I'm sorry, I don't like football. I don't watch it. So I lived close to Philadelphia, so I'm happy for the Eagles. But that's not really my thing. And I just kind of space it out ahead of time, so then all I have to do is pretty much glue it in place. That way I can get my spacing. That way I know I'm not going to get to here and the last letter is going to be off the end. And if somebody wants, I can always add it too. I can add where the letters go if it makes it easier for you. Alright, so we're going to take this out. See, I put the UV resin on there. Doesn't it look cool? And with my new UV resin lamp, it dried almost instantaneously. I was shocked. So this is how I do this. Take the backing off. If I can get it off. It's not cooperating tonight. Nothing is. But I'm not going to let it get to me. Alright. Now we're going to take the backing off of this one. And they will come with the Velcro. If I forget, shoot me an email, or when you order it, shoot me a message and say, don't forget. So what I do is I kind of eyeball it then, because I got sticky side up. So when I push it down, it's actually right on top of where it needs to be. And when I pull it off, there they are, right where they need to be, instead of guessing. So that's the Irish Kisses. And then this, see, you have this little like indentation here that goes right over there, and there we got our Irish Kisses, and it comes with a stand. You buy the truck separate, and then for each holiday or season there are more. So we've got 3 more on the way. Doesn't that look good? And with the UV resin on the window, see, it's already solid. Amazing. Alright, so we can store this when we're done with the Valentines. Now, a couple things I want to go over. Our bubble gum, we're going to do that soon. So if you got one unpainted, you're going to need to paint it. I did post on my Facebook page what kind of primer we used, and then we did a matte coat on here. I was in, let me pull you up here. I was in Hobby Lobby today. They have a peach colored one, and now they have a turquoise one painted. When I was looking for them, there were no painted. So this is what I want to show you. Okay, you want, if you're going to paint yours, you want to paint the bottom. You want to leave this clear, all right? Because this little device here is actually going to go inside that. Then you have this one that you're going to paint. I painted it white. It has painter's tape on the back, so I can fold it and drop it in. Now the whole reason that's like that, now I'm trying to find where I put my pieces so I can show you. Alright, let's just do, for instance, the Valentine's ones, because we didn't get to this in time for Valentine's Day. So this is set up like this, so you can put anything in here you want. All right. So I had bought these at Hobby Lobby. They were just like conversation hearts. So see what it does? It eliminates you from filling the whole thing or putting paper in there where everything's going to fall down in between. See? I even accented mine with some paint markers, the 5 cents and that. But what we're going to be doing is, and I did bring one, yes. All right, what we're going to be doing, we're actually going to be creating these little hangers that go over the side here with a wooden spoon. We're going to have string on that and maybe things added to the side here, and then that's just going to tie around the top here. So that's why you need a knob on the top. The little pedestal that we have in here, we have it set up for Hobby Lobby or Target. So those are the only two places that we've done for this little thingamajig. So to get it out, you're just folding it up and dumping the other one out. But this is going to be so cute. We have little jelly beans. I have little ladybugs when we do ladybugs, so we're going to have ladybugs in here. Really sweet. You're really going to love it when they're done. Alright, so let's push that aside. I have to list this. This is not listed, and you will have to choose whether you got it from Target or Hobby Lobby. So that is that. Well, we're going to have all kinds of cool things you can do with it, Rachel. Just let me know if it was Hobby Lobby or Target if you want the little pedestal. Alright, another thing we practiced over the weekend. Rolling pins. And we can put whatever you want it to say on there. Right now, everybody has Shamrock, Lucky. I mean, everybody's got the same thing. We have Luck of the Irish that we put on there with a little shamrock or clover, whatever the proper term is. So, when you get it, it's going to look like this. And by this is masking. What we do is we put a clear coat of shellac on this. When it dries, we put this over top of it, the masking. Now it's done like that, so when you get it, you're just going to press it down a little bit, and you're going to paint that all white. Don't worry about it getting on the wood, because when it dries and you pull this up, you're going to get this. Is that not cool? We've all been struggling with this little lettering, so you're going to need, like on the letter R, the letter O, and I think the inside of the clover. If you want your clover to be outlined, just paint it. If you don't want it to be outlined, then you're going to have to pull the masking off. And I can even show you how to do that. Okay? Because there's one we painted white and then we put the shellac on and we pulled it off. So let's see if that works without it, because we shellacked the base. So let's see if we paint that green, if it'll do what we want it to do. If not, then they're going to come like this with the masking already on it to make it easier for you to paint these letters. Okay? So, because what we've been having trouble with is some of the wood, it soaks into the wood and then it stains the base. And we don't want it to do that. So, we're going to go ahead and try it without the masking. Right? Yes. Perfect for any occasion. If you do tier trays, let me tell you, these are really popular in the tier trays. The only trouble is the people making them have stencils, so they can only paint on there what they have on their stencil. If you wanted it to say something special, we can put whatever you want on it. So let's go ahead and just try it without the masking and see. I probably would leave the masking on it for you, just so you can do it yourself and then just pull it off. See? So then you just take a diaper wipe. Now that worked out okay. Except I'm making a mess. So that did okay. And then all I did was add a little ribbon to the side, and I think this is, I got this at Hobby Lobby today. This is 3/8, so that's like the perfect size. Then if you're done, if you want to stain this, or, you know, I would definitely shellac it after you're done. Then, and I think this is already listed, and see, we should have left the masking on this, but I think I'm going to stain it anyhow. Alright, I used my paint markers on there, but this says Shamrock Sugar Cookies. It's a little recipe. We have them pretty much for every holiday, these little recipe cutting boards. So usually everybody adds these to their tier trays. They add this, they add this. So, and then, like, okay, for instance, with this, we could put a bunch of shamrocks in here. We could put some coin in here. You can fill it up. They have a lot of those bowl fillers, or different holiday fillers, like at Dollar Tree. So these are very, very popular this year in the tier trays. People are actually making little risers, and a riser is a little board that sits up off the table, and they have this on it with a few things in front of it. So they're actually using it like a tier tray. Then, when I first started with our little CNC machine, I used to cut out little figures, and then we would sublimate the fabric and attach the fabric. That is no more. So, this was a set that I had last year that we did in that manner. Check out the little bunny. He comes pre-painted, and pre-painted I mean sublimated, okay? These are supposed to be chocolate peanut butter eggs. So he is already listed. He's a little bunny with 3 eggs. You could make a stand for him, put him there, put a few of these around. You could put this in a wreath. If you want it bigger, we can make it bigger. And then he also, because that's what he was made for. He was actually made for this. This is one of our recipe signs. And we had this last year, so, and I can still do it. I can put anybody's name up here. So like if you have a grandmom that used to make peanut butter eggs, and you want to put grandmom's peanut butter eggs, we can put that on there for you. So, he is the bunny from here, and then his peanut butter eggs. So what would really be cute is to put this up on a little easel. Like I said, lay your peanut butter eggs around here. Put him up on, we'll make a little stand for him. So if you want the stand, just let me know. Thank you. And then you buy the little eggs. They have them, I look, they have them at Hobby Lobby. They're actually like these pastel colors. Fill this up with pastels. Lay these around, put some Easter grass, and then we'll make a little stand for him and put that on top of the riser. Now you could use an old cutting board if you didn't want to purchase the riser and just lay all this stuff on top of it. So that was my idea for these. We have carrots coming that are all going to go in here. I cannot wait for you to see the ladybug one. So we're going to be doing that probably next week because Wednesday we have the truck. You guys were all asking for the leprechaun to be in the dangle legs. So I want to, we're actually going to have the dangle leg. The gnome we used the other night on the door hanger is actually going to be the gnome that we're going to use for the dangle leg. So we're going to do the truck. By truck, I mean the Dollar General truck. So we're going to decorate that with the little dangle leg leprechaun. So I think that's what we've got. Does anybody have... Aw, thanks, Melanie. Yeah, I told you I worked really hard on that. I had gotten a new printer, the EcoTank 15,000, and the colors were horrible, absolutely horrible. And what everybody was doing was they just said it was the printer, so everybody was getting rid of theirs, and I hung on to mine, and I actually found a woman on YouTube that she told you how to adjust the colors. So it's just a minor contrast, and oh my gosh, they're amazing. Absolutely amazing. And last year I used to do a lot of these just on wood, sublimate the fabric, and then everybody would glue the fabric to the wood. Well, that looks really crappy. So I learned how to manipulate the colors, and now everything's coming out great. So I'm thrilled. A lot of people ran and sold theirs right away, and it's like, if they just would have waited. It was so frustrating though when, you know, you had a, I mean, you know, when you print on these, you can't unprint. So once it's on there, it's on there. So I threw out a lot of signs for the longest time, and it was discouraging. But now if we can just get the Mevo to work and Restream to work, we'll be good. We were doing good there for a couple of days, but now it's toast again, so we'll figure it out. I know you were waiting for a dangle egg. It was what? You or Judith that said, is he a dangle egg? And it's like, oh man. So now I kind of have to rework the design because of his shoes. I want to use his shoes. So we'll get it. We will absolutely get it. But a lot of really cute stuff coming up. And we're going to be working with the UV resin. So we're going to be doing some keychains and a few other really unique things. So, but that's what I got for tonight. So I will list, and that didn't turn out too bad, just wiping it. So I'm thinking I can take off the masking. I'm just worried about the masking like drying up or really sticking and not coming off, but that actually turned out pretty good, I think. Because hubby, he shellacked them first, then I painted them, then he shellacked them again, and then he put the masking on top, and it worked perfect. So we got that straightened out. So we'll be good. All right, look for me on Wednesday at 2 o'clock. Rachel, I'm going to shoot you a message. Nancy, did I have anything to tell you? I don't think I did. Good, good. And I'll tell you what, I will list, where did I put it? The new one. The new one came from Amazon, and it actually has a setting on here that's called low heat mode on the 92nd. And you know how if this is not clear all the way through, you know sometimes we have to put it out in the sun for a while. This did it. I lost the cord on the other one and it wasn't working really good, so this one is a Sun X5 Plus. So amazing. I also found out that if you have a long lighter, one of those trigger lighters, if you have a bubble in here, you hit it with that lighter and the lighter sucks the bubble right out. Like it just layers it. So amazing. Alright, so to refresh, these are already on, the bunny with the eggs and the sign. The sign is separate from the bunny and the trio eggs. The shamrock sugar cookies is on. I will be listing the rolling pins, and if you think of something you want it to say, we can put it on there for you. Joe made up a little template, so he puts them right in the template and adds the wording, and boom, it's awesome. And we don't. Nancy said we have no sun in PA, and that's exactly right. It's becoming depressing, really depressing. So yeah. So a lot of new products coming up. Oh, I can't wait to do the ladybugs. They are so adorable. And then we have a 50s set that I'm doing too. And Nanny Dot saying, "What is the sun?" You're so right. But yeah, I think it turned out good. I'm going to do a little highlighting on there, and then I'm going to take it off and spray it. And also, I thought this would be really cute too. I had some glitter paint, and I thought for the cloud, I think I'm going to put the glitter paint on there. So that kind of makes it stick up and look shiny. But there we go. All right. So get your gumballs ready for next week, and then hopefully you'll have time, or run to Hobby Lobby and get it already painted. When we were looking for painted ones, we couldn't find them. So this just, I love the colors. That turquoise is beautiful. You sure can. You know it, Nancy. That's not going to bother Joe. No way. Whatever you want on them. You go for it. You just send it to me and it's on there. Thank you. All right. I will see you all on Tuesday, hopefully.